Scottsdale students, this week for the final Devo of summer, we want to talk to you guys about the truth of service over self. And if you've been with us for any time here at Scottsdale students, you know that we're very service-minded here. We're constantly pushing you guys to find ways to serve, whether that's in mountain camp, which we know a lot of you are going to be attending and serving there, whether it's Sunday mornings with Student Serve, or any of the other opportunities that we here at Scottsdale have available for you. And what I don't want to do, though, for the next 5 minutes, I don't want to tell you that you should be serving. I don't want to push you and explain to you guys that this is what we want you to do. But instead, I want to take a few minutes and explain the why. Explain the why behind serving. And why should you take your time and your money and put them towards serving other people? The answer is because we're supposed to. Scripture commands us to serve others. So let's take a look at Galatians 5:13. It says, "You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free. Instead of indulging in the flesh, rather serve others humbly in love." And what this means, very simply, is that Paul is commanding this church in Galatia to choose service over self. In the first half of this verse, he explains to us very clearly that we're free. He commands all believers to know that they are free. And what this means is free from the world, free from sin and shame and guilt. But he also says that with that freedom, there comes a very important choice, and that choice is choosing service over self. When we choose to indulge in the desires of the flesh, we're choosing ourself. When we choose to hold on to money or to keep our time only doing things that we want to do, we're choosing ourself. And if we continue to choose ourself, that eventually leads to being selfish. And so the second half, or the last half of that verse, he tells us that when we choose to serve others humbly in love, we're choosing service. We're choosing to be service-minded rather than selfish. And the important thing to know here is that being service-minded looks different for all of us. Maybe it is taking a week off of work to come serve at mountain camp. Or maybe it means taking a little bit extra time on Sunday morning, waking up a little earlier, and coming and being a part of Student Serve. Whatever the case may be, there's always ways for us to be service-minded and to serve others. And so the challenge here in Scripture is to identify what are those ways that you're being selfish rather than being service-minded. Maybe it looks like after a beach night, inviting people to come and hang out with your friends. Like I said, whatever the case may be, it looks different for all of us. But the challenge is the same. The challenge is very clear that we're supposed to choose service over self. So I encourage you guys, as you read the scripture and as you hear the challenge that Paul is giving, not only to the church there, but to us as believers, is that we would encourage you guys and see you guys choosing service over self way more often. We want to see you guys serving different ways, and we challenge you guys, like I said, to continue doing that the way you have been, but then even finding ways that you can remove those selfish desires and step into what God has for you, and that is that you would be service-minded. So remember to subscribe to the channel so you guys can stay updated with all of the things that we're going to be posting. And as you do that, remember to ring the bell also.